Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Christian Life Coach Collective. You're invited to this table with others on the same journey to becoming a great coach with a strong foundation, no matter what type of coaching you're called to. I've lived a lot of my life full of doubt and confusion about my purpose. I didn't know if my broken and messy story could be used by God, but I did know I wanted to find a way to serve Him and others while making money. In fact, I had no idea what life coaching even was, and I just thought it sounded kind of silly. But as I pressed into what God was calling me to, He was faithful to make the path clear to me, and now I love my life as a coach. In this podcast, you'll learn more about your calling as a coach, whether you've been doing it for a bit or just starting to think about it. You'll hear experts and coaching examples and learn new strategies and tools, and so much more. I'm Laura Malone, and I'm honored to guide you in your coach calling, and together, we can pursue wholeheartedness for both you and your clients with the help of Holy Spirit. So get ready to become the hero in your own story and an amazing guide to others. Hey friends, welcome back. And have I told you how much I love podcasting? I don't know if any of you have a podcast or have ever tried it or considered it, but it's one of the things I really enjoy in life. I didn't used to a year and a half ago when I started my first podcast. I wasn't sure what I was doing. But now I have a full grasp on what I'm doing, who I'm talking to, how to do it better, not perfectly yet, but better than I started out doing, all because I took a course on creating a great podcast. And I so appreciate what I got out of that and the relationships I made in it. But I also came away with this knowledge that it's a platform for me to present to you free, valuable content. And I've never actually had a way to do that in all of these years of business and in our nonprofit. This is not the way that we've ever gone about giving out content and training anyone or equipping people and supporting people. And I really, really love it because I feel like I can talk straight to you, answer your real questions, speak to your heart, and give you encouragement, training, support, strategies. And in the future, there's going to be podcast episodes that are with other coaches and with experts in areas that I don't carry the greatest amount of information in. And there's nothing like a podcast to be able to do that out there. YouTube's great for some people, but I can do this right where I am without showering, fixing my hair, putting on the makeup so that you can say like, oh, I enjoy looking at her while she talks to me. I don't have to do any of that. So this makes my life very doable in the season that I'm in, and it gives me a way to streamline all of this content, all of these tools, all this knowledge that I've developed and experienced over the past 15 to 20 years, and specifically in the past 6 years of Sterling and Stone mentoring being an actual business and not just a dream. I've just really appreciated having an outlet to give away everything. So I love giving things away, and I love helping bring transformation and revelation to people's lives. So I get to wake up and ask myself, what do I want to give away to bring transformation to your life today? Like, that's what I get to think about. It's what I get to dwell on and pray into, and I love it. So that's just a shout out for podcasting. It's one way that you can use your wisdom and experience to bless other people because it's free. I'm not going to have it. I know that there are podcasts out there you can pay to have access to, but most podcasts are free content. So I want you to know I love being here and doing this and giving everything away. And I can't wait for years to come of giving more and more and more away to help you become a great coach. Now, I told my family at dinner last night, they were having a conversation that I had to pipe up and say, listen, if I can't see the calendar with all the crazy written on it, and you guys, like, nobody's telling me where you need to be, what you need to be doing, I feel overwhelmed inside because I know there are things looming out there in my brain space, but I can't see them. They're not written out so that I know where they are and what I'm supposed to do about them and how to add anything to it in the plan. And it's like veggies in the crisper drawer in the refrigerator, if you call it a crisper. I grew up calling it a crisper. If the cilantro is pushed into the back of the crisper drawer, I will not know about it. It will go bad. I will not use it. And worse yet, I'll buy more thinking I don't have any. If I can't see something, I really struggle. I'm a very visual learner. That's how my brain processes. I see things. I need to see things. And I reminded them specifically to my husband, about being given directions in the car. I cannot hear directions. It's like if you're yelling at me, I can't hear you. My brain doesn't process what is being said. I need to actually see a map. I have to visually see, not right where I'm at and the next turn, but I need to see where I'm going and the general direction and route of how the map suggests I get there. And I like options. So when the phone map shows me 3 different ways to get someplace, I consider each path regarding not only the time it's going to take to get there, but do I enjoy the roads? How much stop and go will there be? What is the speed limit? Because I like faster speed limits and passing people. So if there's a highway, I'm probably going to take it. Are there stops along the way that I will need to make? Is there a Chick-fil-A? Is there a coffee shop? Do I need to hit the grocery store? And I also hate going the same way over and over and over again. That's how I've approached business and coaching. I've tended to get sidetracked by the stops that I want to make and also the inner itch that I feel that kind of makes my skin crawl when I encounter required repetition. And in business, there's a lot of required repetition. And specifically in one-to-one coaching, if you're teaching one thing, you have to teach that over and over and over and over and over again to every client as your part of your process or your foundation. So a lot of people go to group coaching or courses online where you only teach it once and everybody can benefit from it. Everybody has different ways that works for them. So if you know anything about the Enneagram narrative system of personality at all, I'm a 7. And repetition to me is like being trapped at the bottom of the ocean with the ability to breathe, which makes it worse because I can see you can see the top of the water, and yet I'm being held down by 1 foot for a year. Like, that's repetition to me. Okay. I'm tied to the bottom of the ocean. I can see the sun shining through. I'm able to breathe and continue existing for a year. That's how I feel about watching a movie twice. Okay. So understanding that about myself has really helped immensely in uncovering how I best operate and build and lead. And because I recognize it and have language for what I feel in need, I can help my husband understand why I do not want to watch Braveheart, because I saw it 20 years ago and I don't want to see it again. There's very few movies I would like to see twice. Life is Beautiful. That's a good one. I recommend it. So today, I want to share a way for you to create your own vision and begin dreaming about what life as a coach really looks like for you. Because if you can't see where you're going, it doesn't matter if you take a left or a right now. It doesn't matter where you are if you're not headed anyplace. So if you have no destination, then any route you take will get you there because you're not going anywhere. There's no plan. And I suggest that you make this part of the homework that I've started in the first 10 episodes and just add it. Having vision for where you want to go and what you want from your coaching is imperative. It is work that you must do. Consider your vision to be the roof of your story house, okay? The story house is something I'll share more on in the future. It'll be inside the greenhouse course, but it's basically a blueprint of your business or your personal life or whatever your goals are. But right now we'll just talk about your coaching business. The foundation, 4 pillars, the rooms inside, the upper room, and the roof, okay? All of the parts of the story house have different purposes, yet they fit together and they need a holistic attention given to them. The roof is the overall goal of what the rest is built around, okay? And without knowing what the roof is supposed to look like, you don't know how to build the rest of the house. If you think of the roof as the most important part of your story house, which most of us don't. We think our roofs are not the prettiest part of the house. We don't think that they're the part that needs the most attention. And it doesn't really matter to us because it's not like painted pretty. It doesn't really do anything for us on a daily basis in the back of our mind. We're not thinking about the roof. And the problem with that is that without a roof, you're not going to live very long in a house, because obviously no roof means exposure to all the elements and no protection. And therefore, there's no reason to build any rooms that you're not going to be able to stay in. There's no reason to lay a foundation because it's going to get rained on. And there's no reason to put pillars up for the structure because no roof means no reason to stay and build. Okay, so your vision is your roof. And you need to know what you want it to look like and what you want it to accomplish before you start building the rest of the story house in a way that you could potentially end up building it in a way that won't support the right roof type, or won't support it correctly or strongly enough, or bring you the ability to actually do what you're called to do. You must know what your vision is. And so let's just go back to the word. Habakkuk 2, 1-3. Now, Habakkuk 2, verse 2 is often used, but I want to talk about all three verses 1-3. It says, I will stand at my guard post and station myself on the ramparts. I will watch to see what he will say to me and how I should answer when corrected. Then the Lord answered me, write down this vision and clearly inscribe it on tablets, so that a herald may run with it. For the vision awaits an appointed time. It testifies of the end and does not lie. Though it lingers, wait for it, since it will surely come and will not delay. Okay, truth is truth, whether you believe it or not. And so this means that God has a vision for you that's real. Even if you don't see it or believe it, He knows what your spirit yearns for. He knows that your soul can choose to stand and watch for Him to answer you. So if you don't know what your vision is, this scripture, these 3 verses are telling you that if you'll stand and watch to see what He says, He will answer you, and He will give you a vision to clearly inscribe and write down so that the one who needs it can run with it at an appointed time, because the vision testifies of the end, the fruit. It's the top. It's the last thing to go on. It's the roof. It doesn't lie. And it might not show up in your timing, but it will surely come. It will not be delayed in God's timing. So hold on to this, write this out, and stand, watch, write clearly, run with it, and wait. Because it's not going to come in the time frame your soul wants, but it will come in alignment with God's timing, and your spirit has the ability to wait for that. So let your spirit lead you in this. Now, get out your pencil and paper or the notes app or document on your computer. Let's get this vision clearly inscribed so you can run with it. Do not be disturbed or discouraged if you don't know exactly what your vision is. It doesn't matter. What you're going to do today is you're going to start. You're going to begin to think about it. I'm going to teach you the things that you need to make a decision about. Let your yes be yes, your no be no. Then, over time, your vision is going to expand and move, and God will change it. That is okay. It should be happening. It is going to be a normal transformation and growth of your vision. You're going to start with a vision today, and God is going to hone it, refine it, and grow it, okay? Here are the questions that we're going to start digging into. Number one, who do you want to help see transformation as a coach? Number two, how will you help them get transformation as their coach? Number three, what does that transformation look like for them, do for them? What's the result they get? Tangible result. And how many people would you like to help get transformation in a certain amount of time? Now, I'm going to give you my example, okay? Here's an overarching vision for me as a coach. I will help 1,000 men and women become great coaches by equipping and supporting them through coaching, courses, and this podcast over the next 3 years. So I've said that there will be how many? 1,000. Who? Men and women. What? Become great coaches. How? By equipping and supporting them through coaching, courses, and this podcast. When? Over the next 3 years. So that is kind of a formula for you. And let's just also, I've added on kind of what I would call like a front porch swing. Okay, because I do love an analogy. And I would add to that those people, those 1,000 men and women, will have to climb over mountains and crawl across valleys, and I'll be their guide supplying water and wisdom, protein and prayer for their journey. Okay, that's like just a short visual statement of my mission. And again, like I said, imagine the roof being a pretty country farmhouse gable roof, and then this analogy is like my little front porch swing hanging out from underneath it. You don't have to have that, but to me, it's a picture of me guiding people over mountains, across valleys, and supporting them with what they need, okay, for their journey. Now, you can consider your answers, and maybe they sound something like this. I will help 100 women start at-home businesses that teach their children how to pursue passions and make a living for themselves. And I'll do it through one-to-one coaching over the next year. Okay, 100 is the how many, women is the who. Start at-home businesses and these at-home businesses are part of teaching their children how to pursue passions, their personal passion, and make a living for themselves. Okay, so they're using what they're doing at home to teach their children. And I'm going to do it through one-to-one coaching. And I'm going to take the next year and pursue helping 100 of these women. Okay. That could be something similar to, you could plug and play. Okay. Change the number, change the who, change the what, change the how, change the when. Another example could be, I will help 500 people, men and women, obviously, discover their purpose and identity so they can live life wholeheartedly and on purpose through my online courses over the next 2 years. I will help 10,000 people experience transformation in their personal and professional lives using the narrative personality system of the Enneagram through one-to-one coaching, group coaching, and my blog by 2032. Can you believe I said the word 2032? That's a year. It's 10 years from now. And there's just something about it. It's shocking when you move into the next decade inside of your mind and your words. 2032, people. Okay, come back. I will help 1,000 female artists start their own business, learn to manage and promote their own art, and have 6-figure years through my membership program and one-to-one coaching over the next 5 years. Okay, so pick something. We're going to just make a vision statement like this. It's okay to start with something and change it as you go. You're going to get more clarity after you take action. When you begin to take imperfect action like this, just write a thing out. You don't have to stick to it forever. But you take imperfect action, you start there. As you start moving, you will fail and fall and sometimes succeed. And then through learning through those failures and those falls and those successes, you will gain confidence and clarity comes next. Imperfect action, failure, success, confidence, then clarity. Your clarity about how comes after, not before. So if you're sitting around and waiting for perfection and waiting for the exact map, let go of that. I'm going to encourage you to just let go. You've been fed a bologna sandwich. If anybody has ever made you believe you don't have permission to fail and sometimes succeed, if anybody has ever made you believe you can't start something unless you know everything, I encourage you to disagree with that lie and do the work of creating new thought habits that overtake it and get in the Word and renew your mind. Okay, that's my little preach on, and let's move forward. My vision has certainly changed 1,000 times over the past 12 years of Sterling and Stone mentoring. I dreamed about it for 6 years before I ever started a business, before I ever got a business name, a bank account, any of those things. And my vision has changed and changed and changed, and I have settled where I'm at with great confidence and clarity because I know what the Lord has said. I know it is the right timing and season for me, and I know so much because I took imperfect action 6 years ago, and I also just started writing out the dream and the vision that God gave me 12 years ago. Okay? Now you know what you'd like to start moving towards, and you've set a goal once you've gotten this vision out, okay? You have a purpose that you need to remind yourself of every day now. You have a reason to be excited when you get out of bed, and when you can't sleep at night because you want to sit and dream about your coaching possibilities and the business you'll build and the lives you'll help transform. You will know how to pray specifically for those people. Like your vision statement actually gives you specific prayer points. That those female artists are out there and they don't know they need you. They don't know you're available yet, okay? But they need you to show them how to make their art available, valuable, and profitable. So you start praying for them to even know these things before they find you. You start prophesying that the ones who are right for working with you will find you. That God will send them divine notes that lead them to you and, word of mouth, social media, whatever he chooses to use. So think of your roof as the part of your story house that others see from afar. If it's the roof that they need, if your roof attracts them, if they believe your roof will shelter them and support and supply them, then they'll make the journey to get to your house so you can invite them in and show them how you're ready to help bring transformation to their lives through your coaching. You've got this, friend. Start dreaming and start praying on purpose. Start building your story house. Okay, this is your story to build. It's your coaching story. It's your business story. It's your personal transformation story. It's your faith journey story as God takes you into this calling, equips you, supports you, and leads you. I encourage you to press in and start somewhere. Take this imperfect action. Just write one sentence. You can change it tomorrow. You can change it a year from now. But once you know that the vision you have written out is what God is with you and behind you on, you're going to really know that it's time to settle and solidify that vision. That roof won't be movable anymore. Okay, it can't be adjusted anymore because you're going to already have built, you're going to be building the foundation and the pillars and adding rooms to your house. So it's okay right now if your vision shifts and changes a little bit. It will settle in the right timing. Trust the Lord in this. Again, I remind you to stand and watch and listen. And when God gives you something, write it down. Get a dream book, a journal, a document on your computer where you put everything you're imagining. Mind map it, post it, whatever you got to do. Because the the vision God has for your life and for your coach calling, it has an appointed time. And the vision testifies of what God is going to do. It cannot be a lie. It is not coming in your timing. It's coming in His timing. And His timing is when what you offer converges with what the world needs in the time that you were made for. Okay? So start now. Add this to the homework from all the other episodes between 1 and 10. And if you want, I would love for you to go to Facebook for the Sterling and Stone Mentoring page and let me know what you think. Like, what did your vision statement come up with? You can join the Facebook group. The link is in the show notes. And remember, you can always email me. Go to the front page of the website, sterlingandstonementoring.com, and you can submit a question, anything that you're interested in knowing more about for your coaching journey. At any point in your coaching journey, what is your question? I really want to hear it. I want to be able to meet your needs and answer you. So go there. And also remember the Greenhouse, the life coach training and certification program, it opens July 14. And there's only so many spots open. So make sure you apply today at the same address, sterlingandstonementoring.com/the greenhouse. I would love to have you there. I hope you have a great day, friends. And I'm excited about vision for your life and your coach calling. And just to end, I bless you, your calling, and your coaching. And if you've loved any of this content, my favorite form of thanks is a written review over on Apple Podcasts. It'll only take you 30 seconds, and I would so appreciate it.